Thank you, members, for this opportunity. I'm Sharon Watkins Jones of Houston, Texas. I am speaking in opposition of Senate Bill 9 on behalf of the members of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. It's very important for us to know, for you to know who we are and why we're here. Delta Sigma Theta's first social action was to carry a banner in the Women's Suffragette March in 1913, even though the vote was not necessarily intended for black women and we were not necessarily invited to march. Our 22 founders did it anyway. In 1976, the Honorable Barbara Jordan, a member of Delta Sigma Theta and the first black woman elected to the Texas Senate, addressed the National Democratic Convention and spoke of the unalienable rights of we the people, even though black people were not originally thought to be included in that we. And in the 60s and 70s, we fought hard for basic dignities guaranteed in that we the people. Barbara Jordan eloquently spoke of the constitutional rights anyway. Fast forward to 2019, and we, the members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, stand before this committee to address Senate Bill 9, a bill that to us feels like a bold-faced intent to disenfranchise Texas voters with restrictive rules and paperwork that hinder elderly and disabled voters from getting to the polls, and closes polling locations in communities of color, and harshly penalizes voters who make mistakes on their voter registration applications. We believe that this bill is designed to keep us away from the polls by virtue of the fact that it also provides immunity to law enforcement to prey upon voters and make unnecessary arrests. And we know that in this legislative environment, the odds may be stacked against us, but as Deltas, we are here to oppose it anyway. You might ask us why we do this and why we have driven, ridden, and flown from all over the great state to make this stand. And if you don't know, the ladies with me in red will tell you that this is who we are, what we do, and we are not going anywhere until our right to vote and to help each other exercise this right is preserved. So you may ignore us today, but trust that you will not be ignored by us at the ballot box. We ask that Senate Bill 9 not be voted out of this committee for consideration by your colleagues. We ask that you carefully preserve the right of all citizens to take part in this process, guaranteed to us by the United States Constitution. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. And you are also representing, you're also representing yourself. Okay, I think we do have some questions for you, if you can please hang tight. No?
I do.
Oh, Representative Israel?
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. It means a lot to me that you're telling your story. You gave me chills when you told me about your history. But
Is your mic
oh,
on?
I'm sorry. I just turned it off. The story that you told was a beautiful one and an American one. But I don't know the answer to this question, but I would surmise that you guys, as a service organization, do things in your respective communities to help people be aware that there's an election coming up, and we'll do things like
We register voters.
does grandma need a ride to the poll? Would you elaborate a little bit more on what you do?
Yes, so we have chapters in every area of Texas. We register voters, we help people to the polls, we do voter education. We are nonpartisan, but we do our best to help people exercise their right to vote.
Thank you.
Thank you. Members, any other questions? Thank you so much for your testimony to the three of you.